Beloved souls, inhale deeply. The message I am about to convey holds great significance and demands your immediate attention. If you find yourself observing this moment, recognize that it is not mere coincidence. In the realm of the divine, every occurrence is woven with purpose. You have arrived at this moment because a deep resonance within your soul beckons you to pay attention. The divine is patiently awaiting your reply, and now is the time to answer the call. But heed this, for it is no commonplace communication. This is the ultimate step, the pivotal moment that will shape all that is to come. A profound transformation is taking place in your life. Whether you are aware of it or not, you have sensed it. The awakening within your spirit, the change in the air, the sacred force compelling you onward. Your heartfelt prayers, deep longings, and enduring struggles have transformed into a reality that is now within reach. It is approaching you at this very moment. Yet there exists a truth that remains unspoken. This transformation requires intentional effort. It demands a response. A time will arrive when doubt must yield to certainty. The time has arrived. In this pivotal moment, embracing the revelations bestowed upon you is essential. Failing to do so may lead to dire consequences in the times ahead. This transcends mere mindset elevation or minor adjustments. This discourse delves into the profound realms of existence and the transition beyond. Viewed through a spiritual lens, the energies at play in this moment are anything but tender. The clash of illumination and shadow is growing fiercer, and the Almighty has chosen you as a champion in His divine purpose. Yet, a champion who hesitates to respond when summoned is a champion destined to falter. Before we embark on this sacred journey, there are 3 essential steps you must take. First, embrace this video, not merely as a fleeting action, but as a profound affirmation of the truth it conveys. Second, subscribe, for this is not merely another channel. This is a sacred mission, and together we are striving toward the vision of 100,000 selected souls united in purpose. And third, inscribe a message with the number 777. This transcends mere digits. It is a sacred sign, a proclamation that you are enlightened, conscious, and prepared to embrace your higher purpose. To all who have uplifted this mission through your generous support, may you receive blessings that know no bounds. Your kindness resonates beyond mere observation. It is sensed, and the Almighty, who perceives every detail, will amplify your efforts in ways beyond your current understanding. A transformation is unfolding in this sacred moment. The ultimate journey awaits you, yet it is solely your path to tread. The inquiry stands before you. Will you take the step forward? Will you retreat at this moment, when you stand nearer to your destiny than ever before? Remain by my side, for what unfolds next will transform all that is. Those selected by the Almighty, fulfill your purpose or face the consequences. The divine awaits your presence. Ultimate journey's conclusion. Behold, the culmination of all that has transpired. Each challenge, each teaching, each struggle has been guiding you towards this very moment. The Creator has been molding you, purifying you like precious metal in the flames. For this is the time when your belief will be challenged in ways beyond your wildest dreams. Before you lies a pivotal moment where the choice you make will shape your destiny. Will you embrace with courage the purpose that has been divinely assigned to you? Or will you allow trepidation and uncertainty to restrain your spirit? Contemplate this deeply. How often has the universe sent you signals, gently urging you onward, softly speaking to your soul that the moment has arrived. This is a sacred calling, a moment of profound significance. This is the pivotal moment, the threshold beyond which there is no turning back. In the sacred texts, Abraham encountered a pivotal moment when the divine called him to forsake all that was familiar and venture into the uncharted. In the beginning, the call was made, a journey set forth. As one was beckoned to leave the familiar and embrace the unknown, the promise of greatness awaited, a covenant woven through the fabric of destiny. As the path unfolded before the faithful, thus the journey commenced, guided by a higher purpose. He possessed neither a guide nor assurances, only the whisper of the Almighty and a covenant of a higher calling. Had Abraham faltered, had he succumbed to trepidation, would he have ever risen to become the progenitor of countless nations? The same inquiry now presents itself to you. Will you have faith that the divine design for your life surpasses your current understanding? The adversary is fully aware of the significance of this moment, and he will exert every effort to hinder your progress. He will murmur deceitful thoughts, evoke memories of previous shortcomings, and seek to immobilize you with trepidation. What if the blessing you seek is merely a step away, waiting for your courage to embrace it? What if the sole barrier separating you from your moment of transformation is the bravery to take that first step? David encountered this very struggle prior to entering the arena against Goliath. 1 Samuel 17:45-47. The colossal adversary appeared insurmountable, yet David chose to rise above fear and act with unwavering resolve. He advanced with unwavering belief, certain that triumph was destined for the Almighty. Are you prepared to embark on that journey, trusting that a higher power has already paved the way for you? Everywhere we look, we witness the embodiment of belief in tangible forms. Reflect on Elon Musk, a trailblazing innovator who has boldly ventured into the unknown, sacrificing much to chase his profound convictions. Regardless of your stance on his approaches, his unwavering belief in his purpose transformed entire sectors. Now envision the profound influence when trust is bestowed upon something far more significant, the divine design for your existence. The world might not grasp the path you tread, and others may question your purpose. When the Almighty guides your path, no obstacle can hinder your journey. The Creator understands your innermost feelings, your challenges, and the profound yearnings of your soul, yet He perceives the rewards that await beyond your willingness to follow the path laid before you. He seeks not the surrender of reason without understanding. He seeks your faith, grounded in the deeds He has already performed for you. How often has He forged a path when all appeared lost? How many victories has He secured for you already? This is your sacred opportunity to demonstrate that your belief transcends your apprehensions. This moment is of utmost importance. Will you embrace this ultimate journey, or will you allow it to fade away into the void? The divine awaits your response. There are instances in existence that distinguish those who tread the path of belief from those ensnared by trepidation. This is a moment of profound significance. In this moment, the celestial realm observes, and the divine presence awaits your choice. His hand reaches forth, prepared to lead you into a time of prosperity, flourishing, and celestial grace. Yet the divine will always respect your free will. He beckons you to embrace Him, to advance with intention, to have faith even when the journey ahead is shrouded in mystery. Will you grasp His hand, even if it leads you into the mysterious beyond? Will you have faith that His assurances surpass your suffering, that his designs are more expansive than your anxieties. Envision the figure of Moses poised at the brink of the Red Sea, as described in Exodus 14:13-16. The adversary loomed in the shadows, while an insurmountable obstacle awaited him ahead. To the earthly gaze, escape seemed impossible, yet the path had been divinely ordained. Moses merely had to embrace his faith and extend his staff forth, and at that moment, the waters divided. Is it possible that your moment of transformation is simply awaiting your decisive action? Is it possible that the only thing required is for you to have faith and step forward, even when the path appears insurmountable? A divine blueprint has been crafted for your existence, one that surpasses your wildest dreams. His design for your journey is imbued with intention, strength, and celestial grace. Yet behold the reality. You are called to embrace this path. He will not compel your steps, nor will he pull you into your destiny. You stand at a crossroads, faced with the choice to embrace the divine timing and strength that surrounds you, or to allow fear to lead you into a lesser path. Behold Joshua. As he faced the formidable city of Jericho, the towering walls loomed above, the gates firmly closed, and from a mortal viewpoint, the struggle appeared insurmountable, as recounted in Joshua 6:1-5. Yet, when Joshua heeded the call of the Almighty, even amidst confusion, the barriers fell away. Your challenges may appear insurmountable, yet consider the possibility that your steadfastness holds the power to dismantle them. Reflect upon the journey of Thomas Edison. Before ascending to the heights of greatness as one of the most revered inventors, he encountered countless trials and tribulations through failed experiments. While many would have succumbed to despair, he embraced setbacks as integral to the journey. His unwavering quest for innovation birthed the light bulb, a creation that transformed the very fabric of existence. Now, envision the profound influence when trust is anchored not in human endeavors, but in the Creator of all existence. How much more profound will your testimony become when you place your faith in the one who possesses all authority? What if the challenges you encountered are not setbacks, but teachings designed to lead you toward your sacred calling? If you've been anticipating the ideal moment to take action, remember that the timing of the higher power is always flawless. When the call comes, it signifies your readiness. Regardless of any feelings of unpreparedness, He is orchestrating the unseen, preparing the way for your moment of triumph, yet He awaits your courageous step forward. When Peter beheld the figure of Jesus upon the water, he faced a pivotal moment: to remain in the vessel, sheltered from the storm, or to venture forth upon the tumultuous waves. Matthew 14:28-31. The extraordinary event unfolded only when Peter took a step forward. It transpired the instant he stepped forward, with unwavering belief. Could it be that the desires of your heart are poised, awaiting your steps towards them? The moment for doubt has passed. The time for certainty is now upon us. This is your sacred moment, and the higher power beckons you to awaken and take action. Should you hesitate, allowing trepidation to anchor you in your current state, you jeopardize far more than merely lost chances. Beware, for you may find yourself ensnared in a relentless loop of disillusionment, sorrow, and a yearning for a greater calling that remains unachieved. Your time of anticipation has reached its conclusion. The moment has arrived. All that you have experienced has been a divine preparation for this moment. The trials, the tribulations, the sorrows, all of it served a higher purpose. The trials you face are a divine process, shaping and preparing you for the journey ahead. Yet, the forthcoming chapter of your existence awaits its dawn, but only if you dare to turn the page. The adversary will seek to persuade you that you lack readiness, that you are unworthy, that failure awaits you. Yet, that is a falsehood. Within you lies the essence of all that is required for your triumph. The inquiry stands: will you place your faith in him? If you decide to stay bound, allowing trepidation to prevent you from embracing your true path, you are not merely postponing what lies ahead. You are creating a separation between yourself and the blessings that await you from the higher realm. He beckons you to place your unwavering trust in him, to relinquish all uncertainties and advance boldly in faith. All that you seek is already within your grasp. Now, the moment has arrived to take action. Have faith in the assurances given, take steps ahead, and witness the miraculous ways in which the heavens create opportunities that are beyond human control. Your moment of revelation is at hand. Will you embrace the journey? As you absorb these words, remain mindful that there are unseen powers striving to keep this truth from resonating within your soul. The adversary's most cunning strategy lies in diversion, ensnaring you in a web of uncertainty, anxiety, and perplexity, causing you to falter rather than advance with conviction. He seeks to fill your thoughts with doubt, causing you to question the sacred purpose that has been bestowed upon you. Yet, one must remain steadfast and unwavering. This moment holds great significance, and your path is far too precious to be swayed by trepidation. Reflect on Nehemiah as he undertook the sacred task of restoring the walls of Jerusalem, as recounted in the 6th chapter, verses 1 through 3. His adversaries, Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem, employed every tactic to divert him, attempting to lead him astray from his sacred purpose. They conveyed their words, ignited resistance, and sought to sow doubt within his spirit. Yet Nehemiah remained steadfast, unwavering in his purpose. With steadfast determination he replied, "I am engaged in a significant task and cannot descend." Nehemiah 6:3. Will you embrace that sacred perspective today? Can you perceive that the work unfolding in your life is far too significant for you to allow distractions to intervene? The adversary may seek to sow seeds of doubt, murmuring that you lack readiness, strength, or the worthiness of the purpose bestowed upon you. Yet, these are illusions crafted to hinder your progress. The reality is, the Creator has bestowed upon you all the resources, every talent, and every measure of strength required to fulfill your destiny. In the moment when David confronted the giant Goliath, King Saul sought to burden him with ill-fitting armor, as recounted in 1 Samuel 17:38-40. But David recognized that he had been endowed with all the necessary gifts and strengths from the Almighty. He required no additional protection. He simply had to place his faith in the tools bestowed upon him, a humble sling and 5 polished stones. What blessings have been bestowed upon you that you might not be recognizing? Even in contemporary eras, the annals of history reveal that the most accomplished individuals have persevered through distractions and discouragement to realize their true calling. Reflect upon J.K. Rowling, the creator of the beloved Harry Potter series. Before she ascended to prominence, she encountered countless rejections from publishers, endured financial difficulties, and navigated personal trials. Yet she remained steadfast in her resolve. Now, envision the profound effect when belief is anchored not in individual aspirations, but in the sacred design of the Almighty. If she can overcome distractions to attain her worldly achievements, imagine the heights you can reach when you are guided by divine favor. Distractions are not the adversaries, in this sacred journey. They are merely instruments employed by the adversary to divert your attention. The adversary understands that he cannot strip you of the divine assurances, so he seeks to instill doubt within your heart. Instead, yet, you are called to remain steadfast. Remain steadfast in the divine vision bestowed upon you, much like the encouragement found in Philippians 3:14. I strive forward with unwavering determination, seeking the ultimate reward of the divine invitation through the grace of Christ Jesus. Maintain your focus on the purpose ahead and steadfastly resist any distractions that may divert you from your sacred mission. In this moment, a decision lies before you. Will you permit distractions to divert your attention, or will you elevate yourself above them, understanding that the purpose set before you transcends any challenge you may encounter? The moment of revelation is destined to arrive. It is only a question of timing. Maintain your strength, stay steadfast, and direct your gaze towards the divine. Triumph is destined to be yours. Will you rise with conviction and embrace it? As you advance towards your moment of revelation, you may sense a surge of opposition emerging in your path. It may reveal itself as trepidation, uncertainty within oneself, or a profound feeling of despondency. It may seem as if an unseen force is drawing you away from your beliefs, your purpose, and the profound transformation you have long anticipated. But perceive this for its genuine essence. This negativity does not originate from the divine. It is a deliberate maneuver of the adversary, a final attempt to hinder your journey into the abundance that has been divinely ordained for you. Do not be misled. The adversary is aware that you stand at the threshold of greatness, and his sole strategy is to sow seeds of uncertainty to compel you to withdraw. But what does the sacred scripture reveal? For the Almighty has bestowed upon us not a spirit of trepidation, but one of strength, compassion, and clarity of thought. If the apprehension and disheartenment you are experiencing do not originate from the divine, then from whence do they arise? The adversary will exploit any means at his disposal: your past missteps, your doubts, or the judgments of others, to instill uncertainty about your inherent value. Allow me to remind you, your struggle is not for triumph. It is a manifestation of the triumph that already exists within you. The Almighty has proclaimed that you are destined to triumph beyond measure. Romans 8:37. Will you embrace that truth? This tempest of uncertainty shall pass. This is simply a trial of your belief. As the vessel carried Jesus and his followers, a tempest unexpectedly surged, enveloping them in dread. Mark 4:37-40. In the midst of their turmoil, Jesus rested in serene tranquility. What is the reason behind this? For he understood the one who held the power. As the followers looked to him, he silenced the tempest with a mere utterance. The Almighty, who calmed the tempestuous waters, stands by your side in this moment. Will you allow the tempest to govern your belief, or will you place your faith in the one who governs all? When dark forces emerge, do not let them immobilize your spirit. Instead, respond with the unwavering truth of the sacred teachings. Whenever fear murmurs that you are incapable, reply with unwavering faith: I can accomplish all things through the strength bestowed upon me. Philippians 4:13. Whenever feelings of inadequacy arise, let them be met with the truth that the strength within me surpasses any challenge from the outside world. 1 John 4:4. The divine purpose for you is unwavering. His assurances are steadfast, and his strength surpasses every challenge that lies before you. Ponder the tale of Colonel Sanders, the visionary behind KFC. Before reaching the heights of triumph, he encountered countless rejections, more than 1,000, until at last a soul embraced his vision. In his 60s, a time when many might surrender to despair, he stood resolute, unwavering in the face of adversity. Instead, he remained steadfast, and his unwavering belief in his vision ultimately transformed the fast food industry. Now, envision the profound influence that arises when belief is anchored not in individual aspirations, but in the sacred design of the Almighty. If an individual like Sanders can overcome setbacks to attain worldly accomplishments, how much more should you strive for a profound spiritual awakening with the assurance that the divine presence supports you? This is the pivotal moment upon which all things depend. You have faced tribulations, obstacles, and numerous hardships, yet here you are, poised at the brink of something remarkable. The burden of your path has led you to this moment, and the celestial realm observes with keen interest. Will you embrace this ultimate journey of trust, or will you let doubt rob you of the blessings that have been bestowed upon you? This is the moment, the sacred moment of choice. The sacred chance you have been seeking is now within your reach. Will you grasp this opportunity, or will you allow it to fade into the ether? The divine awaits your response. It may seem like a heavy burden to bear, though it may seem like you are venturing into uncharted territory without a defined path. It is in this very space that belief thrives and blossoms. Belief transcends the mere act of traversing a clearly marked journey. It is a matter of placing your faith in the guiding presence that has paved the path ahead. Even in moments of uncertainty, the path to your transformation has been laid out, and you are beckoned to advance with courage. Will you have faith to take steps forward, even when clarity eludes you? This is a sacred chance, a calling that transcends the ordinary. This is your sacred calling. There are fleeting instances in existence, yet this is a singular occasion that will shape the path ahead. The threshold stands before you, inviting yet requiring your decision to step forward. Reflect on the moment when Peter was beckoned to leave the safety of the boat and walk upon the water. As recounted in Matthew 14:28-31, the tumultuous waves surged, the fierce winds howled, and every rational thought urged him to remain in the sanctuary of safety. Yet, when he turned his gaze toward the sacred and took a step forward in trust, what once seemed unattainable transformed into reality. Is it possible that your moment of transformation hinges on a single step of belief? Will you step into the light before this moment fades into the shadows? Your breakthrough is a certainty waiting to unfold. It has been divinely orchestrated. The path has been cleared for you, with challenges being lifted and circumstances being arranged to support your journey. Yet there exists a singular necessity. It is imperative that you act. The sacred assurances bestowed upon you will not manifest effortlessly. They require your faithful adherence. Every significant manifestation of the Almighty in the Scriptures demanded the initiative of an individual. As the Israelites faced the formidable walls of Jericho, the promise of triumph had already been bestowed upon them by the Almighty. Yet they were called to advance with unwavering belief, as illustrated in the passage of Joshua 6:1-5. In her quest for healing, the woman afflicted with a flow of blood bravely navigated through the throng, determined to reach the hem of the garment worn by Jesus. As recounted in Mark 5:25-34, what divine step are you being urged to embrace today? Will you take a step into the light, or will uncertainty hold you back from embracing the blessings that are already yours to claim? Perhaps you sense an endless weight, as if your heartfelt supplications have gone unheard. leaving the world around you unchanged. Yet, the reality is that your moment of transformation is nearer than you perceive. The unseen hand of the Almighty has been at work, shifting great obstacles and revealing pathways that remain hidden to your eyes. Just as a key must be turned to open a door, so too must your belief be ignited to enter the forthcoming season of abundance. If you hold out for perfection before taking action, you might overlook the divine workings unfolding in this very moment. Recall that the assurances from the Almighty transcend the constraints of human schedules. They are rooted in a higher calling. Your purpose is not to unravel every intricacy, but to place your faith in the one who possesses all understanding. Contemplate the legacy of Walt Disney. Before he ascended to become the architect of an extraordinary entertainment legacy, he faced rejection from a newspaper for not embodying the spark of imagination. He encountered numerous challenges and monetary hardships, yet he refused to allow those trials to shape his essence. He pressed on, steadfast in the revelation bestowed upon him. If a mortal, driven by worldly desires, can rise above rejection and failure to create something magnificent, how much greater can you achieve when your belief is rooted in the everlasting assurances of the divine? Your trials do not define your destiny. They are an essential aspect of the transformative journey through which the higher power is shaping you for a purpose of immense significance. Each trial, each moment of anticipation, every challenge is shaping you into the individual you were destined to become. What you perceive as an obstacle is frequently the instrument through which the higher power is preparing you for your moment of triumph. Will you have faith that the greater design transcends your current challenges? Will you embrace the journey with unwavering trust, aware that a higher purpose is guiding your path? The decision lies within your grasp. Seize the moment, or face the possibility of postponing what has been divinely orchestrated for your journey. You are not forsaken by the heavens. He witnesses each tear, every restless night, and every unspoken prayer you've shared in solitude. He understands the burden of your challenges, the intensity of your suffering, and the conflicts you have endured merely to persevere. Yet he is aware of a truth that transcends all understanding, the purpose he has woven into your being. You were destined to rise above all challenges. You were destined to rise above fear and to transcend despair. The magnificence that resides within you is not determined by the trials you face, but by the sacred assurance bestowed upon your existence. The one who initiated a noble endeavor within you shall remain steadfast in bringing it to fruition. Your moment of transformation is not just on the horizon. The joy that awaits you will surpass the suffering you have faced. The challenges you have encountered do not diminish the sacred purpose set before you. His vow for you remains steadfast, unblemished by the adversary's efforts to lead you astray. Have faith in the unfolding of his design, for it is always flawless. In this moment, you might sense the weight of challenges around you, yet those challenges pale in comparison to the greatness of the divine presence that guides you. The adversary will exert every effort to instill in you a desire to surrender. He will softly speak deceit, suggesting that you are unworthy, that you have stumbled too often, or that the divine presence has forsaken you. Allow me to share a profound reminder with you. The assurances from the Almighty are steadfast and unwavering. The realms of existence may fade, yet the essence of my message shall endure eternally. The words spoken into your existence are everlasting. Will you embrace the light of his truth instead of succumbing to the shadows of the adversary's lies? Regardless of the number of times you falter, regardless of the weariness that envelops you, the truth of the divine remains steadfast. Your journey is still unfolding. In moments of doubt, let the spark of your initial purpose reignite your spirit. Reflect upon the divine vision bestowed upon you, the sacred dreams nestled within your heart, the aspirations you hold dear continue to thrive, for the source of those visions remains active in your journey. The adversary seeks to deter you, for he is aware of the greatness that awaits should you persist. Yet, behold the reality. The divine purpose laid out for you is destined to succeed. The sole path to the adversary's triumph lies in your relinquishment of faith. This moment calls for perseverance. Continue to move ahead with unwavering resolve. Continue to proclaim the sacred assurances bestowed upon us. Persevere in your struggle. Continue to have faith and maintain your belief, for the divine presence accompanies you at every turn. Cling to his vow. Regardless of how challenging the journey may become, behold Joseph. His path was fraught with treachery, abandonment, unfounded allegations, and confinement. It felt as though each stride taken was met with a retreat of twice the distance. Yet, what the adversary intended for destruction, the Almighty transformed into something beneficial. In the unfolding of events, what was intended for harm has been transformed into a purpose of great good. Joseph's suffering held profound significance. It was the journey that led him from the depths of despair to the heights of glory. Envision a scenario where he succumbed to despair within the confines of his cell, convinced by the falsehood that he had been abandoned to obscurity. He would have never embraced his sacred calling. What if the challenges you encounter at this moment are not obstacles, but rather a divine preparation for something immensely greater? What if the challenges you face are part of a divine plan to mold you for your ascension? Reflect upon the tale of Steve Harvey, the renowned humorist and television personality. In the shadows of hardship, he endured a profound journey, dwelling within the confines of his car for 3 long years, battling the very essence of survival. He encountered dismissal, setbacks, and monetary despair, yet he clung to his vision and continued to forge ahead, trusting that his trials were merely a chapter in a greater narrative. Today, his triumph shines brightly for all to see. But what if he had surrendered when the path seemed insurmountable? Now, contemplate this. If a person driven by earthly desires can endure and overcome obstacles, how much more profound is the reward when one is in harmony with the sacred design of the universe? Your path holds profound significance. Each challenge you have faced is shaping you for a remarkable purpose. Your journey may appear extensive, and at moments it might seem insurmountable. Yet keep in mind that Joseph endured a long passage of time before his promise came to fruition. Each trial faced was a sacred passage toward his true purpose. The divine is extending the same grace to you. What you perceive as a pause is, in truth, a sacred orchestration. Your challenges do not indicate that the divine has turned away from you. They are a testament to the divine preparation you are receiving. Your suffering is not a form of retribution, it is a sacred alignment. Your challenges are not intended to shatter your spirit, they are destined to elevate your spirit. Your moment of transformation is within reach. The wheels of destiny are already turning. Embrace the journey. Remain steadfast in your devotion. Continue to have faith, even in moments of utter confusion. What is unfolding in your life at this moment is preparing you for a destiny that surpasses your greatest dreams. The inquiry stands. Will you persevere through the journey until the vision is realized? Your ascension is approaching. Persevere in your journey. The season of anticipation may seem eternal. It may appear as though you are in a moment of pause while the universe continues its grand journey, as though your heartfelt supplications have been overlooked and the world remains unchanged. Yet, the reality is that the divine operates in manners that surpass your comprehension. His hand orchestrates the unseen forces at play, harmonizing all elements for your moment of revelation. Even when the path seems unclear, trust that the higher power is diligently crafting your journey. His timing is always perfect, and his assurances remain unwavering. Will you place your faith in him even when the responses seem to take their time? Patience is a sacred journey. This is a time of sacred readiness. Each moment of anticipation serves as a chance for the Almighty to shape you, to expand your belief, and to strengthen your resilience. Behold Joseph. Upon receiving a vision from the Almighty, he did not immediately embrace his destined path. Instead, he was cast into a dark abyss, sold into servitude, unjustly confined, and left to be forgotten. Yet through each challenge, the divine hand was molding him. When the destined moment came, Joseph did not merely enter into a blessing. He ascended to a position of guidance over Egypt. Genesis 41:39-41. What if this time of anticipation is the sacred preparation for a magnificent purpose ahead? What if the pause is a divine method of fortifying you for the duties that accompany your forthcoming triumph? It is simple to feel fatigued when the world remains unaltered, yet the divine is always on time. His impeccable timing unfolds in every moment, even when it diverges from your own hopes. Upon receiving the sacred anointing as king, David did not ascend to the throne right away. Instead, he devoted years to evading danger, enduring challenges that appeared to oppose the sacred assurances bestowed upon him. Yet through it all, the divine presence was crafting him into a leader, sculpting him into the sovereign he was meant to become. 1 Samuel 16:2, Samuel 5. Might it be that this time of waiting is not a hindrance, but a divine preparation for something far greater than you ever envisioned? Contemplate the journey of Nelson Mandela. Before he rose to prominence on the world stage, he faced 27 years of confinement, enduring trials and solitude. While countless souls might have succumbed to despair, he chose not to let the passage of time shatter his spirit. Rather, he embraced it as a means of fortification. Upon his release, he emerged not merely as a liberated soul, he was a figure of grace, fortified in spirit and poised to guide a people. Now, envision the wonders that can unfold during your time of waiting when you offer it up in devotion. If the strength of humanity can bring about such profound change, how much greater can the influence of the sacred lead to realities beyond your wildest dreams? The wilderness is a path we all must traverse at some stage in our journey, a sacred time of purification, trial, and metamorphosis. Yet, it is not a realm of forsakenness. This is a realm of readiness. Much like the journey of the Israelites through the vast wilderness before they arrived at their destined land, you are also undergoing a preparation for a magnificent purpose ahead. The Israelites were called to embrace reliance on the Almighty, seeking His guidance, sustenance, and safeguarding. Deuteronomy 8:2-4. In the same way, your time in the wilderness is a period where the Almighty is guiding you to place your full trust in Him. In moments of feeling adrift, overwhelmed, or disheartened during your time of anticipation, hold on to the truth that this desolate phase is but a fleeting chapter. Your journey continues beyond this point. It is the place where your spirit is uplifted. A moment of revelation approaches, yet it demands careful readiness. Should a divine gift arrive ahead of its destined time, would your spirit be prepared to embrace it? Do you possess the insight, resilience, and power to bear this burden? The divine is not keeping your moment of triumph from you. He is guiding you to be completely prepared to embrace it when it comes, though it may seem as if you've been traversing this path for an eternity. The reality is that you are nearer to your destination than you can perceive. Each stride you embrace in belief, even the challenging ones, draws you nearer to the divine assurance bestowed upon your existence. What if today is the day you decide to embrace faith fully, even in the absence of clear evidence? What if this is the moment where transformation occurs? Because you steadfastly hold on, continue to move ahead, for the fulfillment of your destiny is nearer than you realize. The trials of the wilderness are not eternal, yet the gifts that follow are everlasting. The vast expanse of the wilderness may seem infinite, the route unclear, and the expedition draining, yet the arrival is deserving of every hardship endured. Persevere in your journey. Continue your journey, even when the path is challenging and the weight seems overwhelming. Even in moments when it appears that all remains unchanged, have faith that a higher power is orchestrating events in ways that transcend your comprehension. This time is being utilized to elevate, fortify, and ready you for a purpose beyond your wildest dreams. Each act of faithfulness in the desolate places draws you nearer to the fulfillment of the vision bestowed upon your existence. Stand firm, hold on to your faith, and continue to advance with divine strength. Belief is the essential force that opens the door to your transformation. Yet belief by itself is insufficient. It must be accompanied by unwavering determination. Numerous souls embark on their spiritual quest, yet it is only those who endure trials that attain the realization of the sacred assurances. Abraham held steadfast in his belief that the Almighty would bless him with a son, enduring many years of anticipation before the arrival of Isaac. In Genesis 21:1-3, we see a figure of unwavering faith who, despite the scorn of the world, remained steadfast in his divine mission to construct the great ark. His persistence in the face of ridicule exemplifies a profound commitment to a higher calling. Genesis 6:13-22. The journey toward your divine breakthrough may be arduous, yet those who place their faith in the Almighty and persevere will be blessed with rewards beyond their wildest dreams. In the midst of trials, unwavering belief will uphold you. Yet when confronted with uncertainty, relentless determination will carry you onward. Reflect upon the woman who suffered from a flow of blood. For 12 long years, she endured her trials, unwavering in her resolve. Upon learning of the sacred teachings, she did not merely accept them, she took decisive action. With unwavering resolve, she navigated the throng, seeking to make contact with the edge of his robe, and in that instant, she was restored. Mark 5:25-34. What if she had surrendered before reaching that ultimate moment? What if she had embraced the falsehoods that claimed she was beyond redemption, or that restoration was not destined for her? Your moment of transformation is approaching, but will you persevere even when the path seems insurmountable? Reflect upon the journey of Sylvester Stallone, a performer who faced numerous challenges over the years before ultimately realizing his dreams. Before the fateful moment that transformed his life, he faced relentless rejection from numerous film studios, endured the heartbreaking necessity of parting with his beloved dog due to financial despair, and stood on the brink of losing all hope. yet he remained steadfast in his resolve. He clung to his vision, trusting that his destined moment would arrive, and when it finally did, it transformed his existence eternally. Now, envision the transformation that occurs when your trust is anchored not in aspirations of individual achievement, but in the sacred purpose bestowed upon you by the Creator. What pathways will unfold when you hold steadfast to His assurances? This is your time of destiny. In this moment, the call from the heavens beckons you to embrace that ultimate leap of trust. Do not let fear, uncertainty, or negativity hinder your journey towards the glorious path that has been laid out for you. The revelation you have long sought is poised to manifest through your faithful adherence to the path laid before you. As one embarks on a journey of faith, this moment calls for a leap into the unknown, trusting in a higher purpose beyond the visible realm. Matthew 14:28-29. Take a bold step in belief and witness the extraordinary ways in which the divine acts beyond your wildest dreams. Your destiny beckons. Do not allow any obstacles to hinder your journey towards the abundant blessings that await you. His assurances are unwavering. His intentions for you surpass your understanding, and your moment of revelation is just on the brink of dawn. Embrace the journey ahead. Place your unwavering faith in Him and witness the remarkable transformation of your life in ways you could never have imagined. This is your sacred moment. Shall you accept this calling? Amidst your trials, it is simple to lose sight of the essence of your being. The world may attempt to label you by your missteps, your history, or the challenges you encounter, yet these do not define your true value. You are a beloved creation of the Supreme, fashioned with a sacred mission, chosen for a destiny beyond your wildest dreams. You have been selected by a higher power, and divine favor rests upon your journey. Regardless of the challenges you have faced on your path, your essence in the divine remains steadfast and unwavering. You were destined to rise above your challenges. You were destined to ascend beyond them. When the world attempts to sway you into believing you lack worth, that your aspirations are unattainable, or that despair is your only companion, take a moment to reflect on your true identity in the divine light. You are a beacon of purpose, transcending mere existence. You are a chosen one of the celestial realm, adorned in divine grace and strengthened by the sacred essence. The adversary may murmur deceitful words, seeking to ensnare you in trepidation and hopelessness, yet you possess the power to quell his voice. No force shall prevail against you, and every voice that speaks against you in judgment shall be silenced by your strength. Isaiah 54:17 assures us that triumph has been proclaimed over your existence, and no action from the adversary can alter this truth. Your challenges may be genuine, yet they do not determine your essence. While the world may perceive obstacles, the divine recognizes the path of readiness. Each challenge you face is molding you, fortifying your spirit, and purifying your essence for the divine mission that lies ahead. For I am aware of the intentions I hold for you, proclaims the Almighty, intentions to bring you abundance and safeguard your well-being, intentions to bestow upon you a promise of hope and a bright tomorrow. The assurances given are not merely for a far-off time, they are here for you in this moment. The challenges you encounter do not signify that the divine has forsaken you. They serve as a testament to the divine preparation unfolding within you for a purpose of immense significance. Your revelation transcends the conclusion of your trials. It is the realization of sacred promises that have been inscribed upon your existence. since the dawn of creation. Have faith in the essence of your being and embrace the path that is being revealed to you. Your suffering holds a purpose beyond what you can see. It is a sacred journey of metamorphosis. As precious metal is purified in the flames, so too are you being shaped and strengthened through your challenges, shaped into the individual that the Creator intended you to be. Contemplate the figure of Joseph. He faced treachery from those closest to him, cast into the depths of servitude, wrongfully condemned, and imprisoned unjustly. His path was marked by suffering, isolation, and doubt, yet, within the chaos, a higher purpose was being woven for him. In the appointed moment, Joseph transitioned from the confines of the prison to the grandeur of the palace, embracing his sacred destiny as the sovereign of Egypt. As recorded in Genesis 39:41, his suffering bore profound significance. It was the sacred force that set him on the path to ascension. What if the challenges you encounter today are not designed to shatter your spirit, but to strengthen your essence? What if the challenges you face now are preparing you for a future that surpasses your wildest dreams? Reflect on the journey of Tyler Perry, a soul who endured years of hardship and exclusion before embracing his true calling. He faced challenge after challenge, yet he refused to allow his trials to shape his identity. He clung to his vision, embraced the journey, and today he stands as a beacon of success in the realm of entertainment. But in vision, if he had surrendered during the time of trials in the wilderness, how many souls would have been left unscathed? Now contemplate this. If a mortal driven by ambition can transcend challenges, how much more profound will your triumph be when the Almighty directs your journey? Should the burden of your present trials seem insurmountable, find solace. Your trials are merely a chapter in the grand narrative of your existence. They herald the dawn of something remarkable. The journey you are currently experiencing is not designed to bring you down, but to lift you up. Divine purpose is woven through every moment of suffering. It serves to fortify your belief, enhance your reliance, and shape you into the individual you were destined to become. You find yourself poised at the brink of the extraordinary. The sole inquiry remains: will you place your faith in the Almighty sufficiently to embrace this path? Will you trust that your trials hold purpose, that your patience bears fruit, and that your moment of transformation is approaching? Embrace the assurances bestowed upon you. Embrace your sacred essence and trust that what has been destined for you surpasses all understanding. Your fate beckons. Will you embrace the calling? Your transformation transcends mere liberation from struggle. It is about the profound change that the Creator is manifesting within you. Each obstacle, every setback, and all tribulations are integral to the sacred journey, molding you into the individual you are meant to become. Your trials, though they may seem burdensome at present, hold a purpose beyond your understanding. They are pathways guiding you to greater heights. Rather than succumbing to despair, understand that your suffering serves a higher calling. The Almighty has assured that everything aligns for the benefit of those who cherish Him, for those chosen in accordance with His divine plan. In this very moment, though it may be hidden from your view, a higher power is weaving together every detail of your journey to fulfill a divine purpose. The challenges you encounter today are not obstacles. They are the sacred preparations for the radiant glory that awaits. As gold undergoes transformation in the flames, so too are you being cleansed, fortified, and uplifted through your trials. Contemplate Esther. She was a child of fate, removed from her known world and set upon a path she had never envisioned. For a season, it may have appeared as though she wandered in doubt, yet the Almighty was orchestrating her path for a sacred mission. In a moment of divine purpose, she bravely advanced, embracing the unknown and risking all to seek the King's favor for the salvation of her people. And who can say that you have not been placed in your exalted position for this very moment? Esther 4.14. What if your present challenges are not hindrances, but sacred preparations for something far greater than you can envision? It is simple to dwell on the heaviness of your trials, the anguish of anticipation, and the ambiguity of what lies ahead. Yet, amidst the trials you face, hold steadfast to the truth that the assurances bestowed upon you transcend any struggle you may encounter. His promise has always stood firm, and it shall endure forever. The Almighty is not a mere mortal to deceive, nor a descendant of humanity to alter His will. What has been declared over your life will surely manifest, regardless of how unattainable it may appear. The adversary may seek to dishearten you, to instill a sense of isolation and neglect, yet the assurances of the Almighty remain unwavering. He holds you in His eternal memory, and that will never change, though it may seem as if an eternity has passed, and your heartfelt supplications remain unheard. Rest assured that the timing of the Almighty is always perfect. What if the delay you are facing is a divine orchestration, ensuring that when your moment of triumph arrives, you are completely ready to embrace it? Behold the figure of Moses. He was chosen for a sacred purpose, yet prior to guiding his people, he wandered for 4 decades in the wilderness, undergoing a profound transformation for his divine mission. In the sacred narrative of Exodus 3.112, we witness the journey of David, who, though anointed as king in his youth, faced a long and arduous path of evasion from Saul before he could ascend to the throne. 1 Samuel 16.132, Samuel 5.34. The promises of the Almighty are fulfilled in their own divine timing, not according to our human expectations. Will you have the courage to remain steadfast in belief? Reflect on the myriad champions of belief, such as Abraham, Moses, and David, who confronted challenges and the seemingly insurmountable, yet held steadfastly to the assurances bestowed upon them by the divine. They faced trials that felt insurmountable, yet the truth of the divine promise shone through in the end. Abraham endured a long journey of 25 years in anticipation of the arrival of his promised son, Isaac. In the sacred narrative of Genesis 21.13, a chosen leader guided a multitude through the challenges of the wilderness. David engaged in fierce struggles prior to ascending to his throne. Their tales serve as a reminder that with immense promises come profound preparations. If the divine is asking for your patience, it is because a grander plan is being crafted, one that surpasses your wildest dreams. Your suffering is fleeting, yet the assurances of the Almighty endure forever. The trials you encounter are not designed to shatter your spirit, but to polish and prepare you for the next chapter of your journey. Your transformation transcends mere relief. It is about the realization of a higher calling in your existence. What if the moment you have long anticipated is nearer than your imagination allows? What if the Almighty is patiently awaiting your complete trust before unveiling the blessings He has in store for you? Do not allow your suffering to overshadow the magnificence of the promises bestowed upon you by the Almighty. Your moment of transformation is approaching, and the magnificence that lies ahead far surpasses the challenges of the present. For our fleeting challenges are working for us an everlasting splendor that surpasses them all. 2 Corinthians 4, 17. Embrace hope. Remain steadfast in your faith and believe that the Almighty is poised to bring to fruition every promise He has bestowed upon you. Greatness lies ahead. Will you hold firm until it comes to pass? Patience can be a challenging path to tread. It is only human to ponder whether the higher power has overlooked your presence, if your supplications reach the heavens, or if the waiting signifies a misalignment in the divine plan. Yet, I wish to illuminate a truth that remains steadfast across the ages. The timing of the Almighty is eternally flawless. He is always on time, always attentive, and always true to His word. What may appear as a pause is not a refusal, but a sacred arrangement for the revelation that is destined for you. Have faith that, even in moments of uncertainty, a higher power is diligently crafting the tapestry of your life, aligning circumstances for your benefit. He is orchestrating the ideal individuals, the most favorable circumstances, and the most opportune moments with divine precision. Consider the story of Esther, a young girl without parents, who, through divine intervention, found herself in the palace, unaware that her destiny was to become the savior of her people. Esther 4:14. For years, it may have appeared that her life was wandering through unforeseen paths, yet in truth, the divine was orchestrating her journey for a pivotal moment of purpose. Could it be that your time of waiting is not merely idle, but a sacred preparation for something far beyond your wildest dreams? The time of anticipation is not a moment to waver in belief. This is a moment to fortify it. The divine is utilizing this time to shape you, enhance your spirit, and strengthen your resilience. In times of fatigue, hold fast to the truth that those who place their trust in the Almighty will find their vigor restored. They will soar on high, lifted by the grace of the heavens. Isaiah 40:31. Your patience is not without purpose. Each prayer, each tear, each moment of steadfastness is shaping you into the individual destined by the Creator. Your revelation transcends mere fortune. It concerns the sacred preparation that guarantees your readiness to embrace the journey ahead. It is simple to dwell on the duration of the wait, yet consider the possibility that a higher power is safeguarding you from unseen perils. What if the pause is preparing you so that when you embrace your gift, you will possess the insight, resilience, and belief to uphold it? Reflect upon David, chosen as ruler in his humble role as a shepherd, yet he endured many trials, fleeing from Saul before he ascended to the throne. The passage from 1 Samuel 16:13 and 2 Samuel 5:3-4 reminds us that the years spent in anticipation were not in vain. They were undergoing a sacred preparation. Could it be that a higher power is using your current challenges to prepare you for the duties that accompany your forthcoming triumph? Consider the journey of Oprah Winfrey, a remarkable woman who encountered rejection, setbacks, and hardships on her path to becoming a beacon of influence in the realm of media. She received the message that she was unworthy of the screen, yet she refused to let that setback shape her destiny. She pressed on, filled with faith that a higher purpose awaited her. If she had surrendered, she would have never embraced her true calling. Now, envision the immense strength your breakthrough will possess when your faith is rooted, not in individual aspirations, but in the unwavering assurances of the Almighty. The time of waiting is not a time of idleness. This is a moment of sacred readiness. The Almighty is shaping your spirit, examining your belief, and preparing you for His divine purpose. When the moment arrives, He will act in your life in ways that will fill you with wonder. His timing surpasses your own, and what He is orchestrating will transcend your wildest dreams. For the revelation awaits a destined moment. Though it may delay, be patient, for it will undoubtedly arrive. Habakkuk 3. Persevere in your journey. You are nearer than you realize. In the interim, have faith that the Almighty is fully aware of His divine plan. He has always been your unwavering support, and that will not change now. His impeccable timing stands as a testament to His unwavering commitment to you. Will you embrace your belief steadfastly until the vision comes to fruition? Your moment of revelation is not merely approaching. The wheels of destiny are already turning. Stay steadfast, have faith, and ready your spirit for the wondrous blessings that await you. We frequently misinterpret the wild, perceiving it as a form of retribution, when in truth, it serves as a sacred space for growth and readiness. As the ancient people journeyed through the wilderness for 4 decades before reaching their destined land, so too are you in a transformative period of growth and fortitude. The divine is utilizing this moment to enrich your faith, strengthen your resilience, and ready you for the abundant gifts destined for your future. Even in its arid and barren expanse, the wilderness is not intended to shatter your spirit. It is destined to shape your being. The wild expanse is but a beginning, not a conclusion. This is the journey toward your true purpose. Each hurdle, every moment of waiting, and every trial you encounter in this time is molding you for a higher purpose. The Almighty is guiding you to deepen your faith, to lean on His power, and to hold steadfast to His assurances. Even when the situation appears insurmountable, when the Sacred One was guided into the wilderness, it was not for retribution, but for divine readiness. Prior to the commencement of His sacred mission, He devoted 40 days to fasting and enduring trials from the adversary, as recorded in Luke 4:1-13. Yet through that experience, He emerged with strength, prepared to accomplish His sacred purpose. Is it possible that this time of desolation is not an indication of being forsaken, but rather a divine arrangement for your transformation? If you find yourself burdened, take solace. You are not abandoned in this moment. Divine presence surrounds you. Indeed, His presence surrounds you more intimately than at any previous moment. The divine presence draws close to those who are sorrowful and offers salvation to the downtrodden, as expressed in Psalm 34:18. The teachings you are receiving during this time will equip you for the profound duties and destiny that lie ahead. The chosen people came to rely on the Almighty for sustenance, refreshment, and guidance. What lessons is the divine imparting to guide your reliance on Him? What if the challenge you face today is the very catalyst through which a greater strength is being forged within you for the days to come? The wilderness might appear as a desolate expanse, yet it is, in truth, a nurturing realm where your faith and trust in the divine shall flourish. When seeds are sown, their emergence is not instant. They must first be laid to rest beneath the earth, hidden from view, as their roots take hold and flourish. Even if the results of your efforts remain hidden from your view, it does not imply that a higher power is not diligently at work in the depths of existence. Remain steadfast in your devotion. Continue your journey onward. Have faith that the Creator is guiding you towards a destiny rich with grace and meaning. Your suffering holds purpose. It carries a sacred mission, though it may be hard to perceive in this moment. Each challenge, every obstacle, and all moments of disillusionment are integral to the unfolding of a higher purpose in your journey. As precious metal is purified by flames, so too are you being shaped and strengthened through your challenges. The intensity of this journey may seem overwhelming, yet it is forging something precious within you: fortitude, insight, resilience, and a profound bond with the divine. Embrace it with utmost joy, dear ones, whenever you encounter challenges of various sorts, for you understand that the trial of your faith brings forth steadfastness. James 1:2-3. Is it possible that the trials you face today are shaping the resilience you will require for the journey ahead? Contemplate the remarkable figure who shaped the future of technology with unparalleled insight and creativity. Before attaining universal acclaim, he faced the trials of being dismissed from his own enterprise, experiencing rejection, and was compelled to begin anew. Yet, rather than surrendering, he embraced that period of challenge as an opportunity for profound growth and transformation. Years later, he returned to the realm of Apple, guiding it to ascend as one of the most powerful forces in the world. If a mortal perspective can inspire one to endure trials, how much greater should your faith be in the celestial journey that is shaping you for a reality far beyond your wildest dreams? When Ruth faced the profound loss of her husband and departed from all that was familiar, she stood on the threshold of the unknown. Unaware of the journey that awaited her, she chose to follow Naomi, not for the promise of immediate gain, but out of a profound trust in a higher purpose. She stepped into a time of doubt, yet the divine was orchestrating events in the shadows. Through her unwavering devotion, she garnered grace, and in the fullness of time, she was destined to join the sacred lineage of the Messiah, as revealed in Ruth 4:13-17. Could it be that the loss, change, or challenges you are facing now are not the conclusion of your journey, but rather the preparation for a sacred encounter that surpasses your greatest aspirations? Your pain holds purpose. It is an integral aspect of the divine design for your development. Do not allow suffering to shape your essence. Allow it to elevate your spirit. Each period of struggle serves as a time of readiness. The challenges you encounter in this moment are temporary, yet the wisdom they impart will endure through time. A higher purpose is being woven into your journey, one that transcends your current understanding. Will you have faith in him to persevere through the journey, continuing to move ahead, understanding that the challenges of today are molding you for the triumphs of tomorrow? Your destined realm awaits you. Persevere onward. Your moment of transformation is nearer than you perceive, and when it unfolds, it will justify every trial endured. Each trial, every struggle, and every moment of waiting has contributed to your transformation, readying you for the divine plan that awaits you. Steadfastness is the essential path to revealing the triumph that has been divinely ordained for your journey. Regardless of the challenges faced along the journey, if you persist and do not surrender, you will witness the divine influence manifest in ways that surpass your wildest dreams. The path may stretch far and be laden with challenges, yet the sacred promise assures us that those who remain steadfast in belief shall witness triumph. Let us remain steadfast in our pursuit of goodness, for in due season we shall gather the fruits of our labor if we persevere. Galatians 6:9. The adversary flourishes in moments of despair, leveraging obstacles to sow doubt about the arrival of your long-awaited triumph. Yet, take heed, for even obstacles are but preparations for a grander purpose. Continue to move ahead, for your triumph is assured in the sacred assurance bestowed upon you. The Apostle Paul enlightens us that we transcend mere victors through the love bestowed upon us. Romans 8:37. The strength of endurance is rooted in the awareness that regardless of our falls, the divine presence is ever ready to raise us anew. Before ascending to the throne, David endured ceaseless struggles, and spent countless years evading the pursuit of Saul. In moments of doubt, it may have felt as though the sacred vow upon his existence would remain unfulfilled. Yet he remained steadfast in his faith in the divine design, and at the destined moment, he embraced his purpose. What if your moment of ascendance is just around the corner? What if the sacred desire you've been yearning for is merely a single act of faith away? Embrace your belief, for triumph approaches, and when it arrives, it will be all the more glorious due to the challenges you have faced. Each moment of steadfastness is a testament to faith in the sacred assurances bestowed upon us. With every stride you take, you draw nearer to the blessings that have been divinely orchestrated for you. The adversary seeks to instill doubt, whispering that the moment has passed, that opportunities have slipped away, or that you have been forsaken by the higher power. Yet, those are mere fabrications. The divine is not a being who would deceive. When a promise has been declared over your existence, it is destined to manifest. Consider the story of Walt Disney, a visionary who faced rejection early on, dismissed from his first position due to claims of a deficiency in imagination. He encountered a series of setbacks, and there came a time when his financial struggles left him with scarcely enough to eat. Yet he persisted, clinging to his vision until it ultimately manifested into reality. If unwavering dedication to a worldly aspiration can yield remarkable achievements, how infinitely more potent is that dedication when it is inspired by a higher calling. If the dreamer had ceased to hold faith in his aspirations, the world would have remained unaware of the remarkable legacy he left behind. Now, envision the enduring impact you will create when you steadfastly embrace belief and confidence in the sacred journey laid out for you. Behold Hannah in the sacred scriptures. For years she held steadfast in her faith, enduring mockery and sorrow, as she sought the blessing of a child, as recounted in 1 Samuel 1:6-20. In her suffering, she remained steadfast in her belief, and when her moment of divine intervention arrived, she didn't merely welcome a child, she brought forth Samuel, a figure of immense prophetic significance in the annals of Israel. Might it be that the challenges and periods of waiting you are experiencing are preparing you for a destiny far beyond your initial hopes and desires? The revelation you seek is closer than it appears. The divine presence has been orchestrating events, ensuring that all is set in perfect harmony. Though it may not be apparent to you at this moment, there is a guiding force meticulously arranging the elements of your existence with intention and clarity. Each prayer you've uttered, every tear you've shed, and every instance of unwavering faith has guided you to this very moment. This moment calls for perseverance and unwavering resolve. It is not dictated by your schedule, but rather by the flawless timing of the Almighty. And when it arrives, it will transcend all that you have ever envisioned. Continue to move ahead, maintain your faith, and hold onto your trust, for your moment of revelation is near, and when it comes, you will recognize that every moment of anticipation was truly worthwhile. Will you hold firm until the sacred vow is realized? The trials you encounter at this moment pale in comparison to the magnificent destiny that awaits you, crafted by a higher power. The journey may be fraught with challenges, yet it guides you toward a realm of sacred ascendance. What appears to be a challenge in this moment is, in truth, a vital step in the journey towards the purpose that has been divinely ordained for you. For I am aware of the intentions I hold for you, proclaims the Almighty, intentions to bring you abundance and shield you from adversity, intentions to bestow upon you a promise of hope, and a bright tomorrow. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future, regardless of the trials you face. Hold this truth close to your heart. The divine purpose for your existence is unyielding. The path to ascension frequently encompasses periods of challenges, yet these are not intended to bring about your downfall. They are destined to empower you. Contemplate the essence of Daniel. He upheld his devotion to the Almighty, steadfast in his faith, even when cast into the den of lions. Though the circumstances appeared dire, ultimately, the Almighty intervened, not only rescuing him but also raising him to a place of prominence within the realm. Daniel 6:16-28. What if the trials you face now are merely preparing you for your elevation? What if the challenges you encounter today are guiding you towards a more profound purpose and blessings? Ascension is accompanied by trials, yet it is graced with celestial favor and abundance. The Creator is shaping you for greatness, for profound change, and for opportunities to arise that cannot be closed by any earthly force. Perseverance is essential in the journey ahead. Submit yourselves, therefore, to the powerful presence of the Almighty, so that in the right moment you may be elevated. 1 Peter 5:6. A moment of profound transformation awaits you, one that will surpass your wildest dreams. The assurances bestowed upon you are unwavering, and the timing is divinely orchestrated. Continue to hold on to your faith, persist in your prayers, and walk steadfastly on your journey. Your ascension is nearer than you realize. The journey may be fraught with challenges, yet it remains an essential path to follow. In this moment, you might sense that you are ensnared in a narrative rife with challenges, yet allow me to illuminate the truth. Your tale is far from its conclusion. The Creator continues to pen the unfolding story of your existence, orchestrating all things for your ultimate benefit. And it is understood that in every circumstance, the divine orchestrates for the benefit of those who hold love for Him, who have been summoned in alignment with His grand design. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Your current struggles are merely a passage, not a conclusion. This moment serves as a sacred preparation for what lies ahead, and the greatest blessings are still to unfold. Just as a seed must shatter its shell in the earth before blossoming into something magnificent, you are also undergoing a transformation that is dismantling the old to pave the way for fresh beginnings. If a seed possessed the gift of speech, it may inquire, "Why am I enveloped in shadow? What is the source of this overwhelming pressure?" What may appear as an end is, in truth, the dawn of a new chapter. What if your present challenges are not indicators of your shortcomings, but rather the profound proof that a higher power is on the verge of unveiling something magnificent? Reflect upon the journey of Howard Schultz, the visionary who brought forth Starbucks. He was raised in humble beginnings and encountered dismissal when he sought to share his vision of a coffeehouse experience in America. He faced rejection from numerous investors, and in a moment of despair, he questioned if his vision would ever manifest. Yet he persevered. He remained unwavering, continuously striving onward, and ultimately his dream materialized, influencing countless lives across the globe. If the strength of humanity can bring about such change, envision the possibilities when your trust rests in the sacred design of the Almighty. What pathways will unfold when you hold steadfast to the sacred assurances bestowed upon your existence. Even in moments of doubt, have faith that a higher power is orchestrating events beyond our sight. The design for your journey is flawless, and your moment of transformation is approaching. You are eternally remembered. You are never forsaken. Each trial, each obstacle, and every drop of sorrow contributes to a magnificent narrative that the Creator is revealing. Embrace His assurances and journey forward in belief, understanding that the transformation He has destined for you is invaluable, surpassing every challenge you have faced. The journey laid out by the Almighty may be challenging, yet it is imbued with meaning and intention. Each pause is purposeful. Every challenge is shaping your essence, and every barrier is guiding you toward the path meant for you. Continue to have faith in the higher purpose. Persist in your journey and witness the unfolding of a transformative chapter filled with growth and ascendance. Greatness lies ahead. Will you endure long enough to witness it? As we conclude this profound communication, I invite you to pause and contemplate the insights shared with you today. The summons from the Almighty resonates with clarity and steadfastness. The moment has arrived for you to embrace a decision and step forward with purpose. You find yourself at a pivotal juncture where the way ahead demands your active engagement. The Creator has bestowed upon you all the tools necessary for your triumph. Yet now, the moment has come for you to embrace that ultimate act of faith and devotion. This is the moment when your fate harmonizes with the greater design. This moment calls for decisive action, free from doubt or postponement. As the sacred scripture imparts in James 2:26, belief devoid of action is lifeless. You have been selected, and the divine awaits your reply. The moment to take action is upon us. For His presence surrounds you, guiding you to advance and embrace the entirety of your destiny. Shall you embrace the journey ahead? Will you have faith that He has already paved a path for you, even when it appears that no path exists? If the message you receive today resonates with your spirit, I invite you to lend your support to this ministry and assist us in sharing this truth with others. One may express their gratitude and support through the Super Thanks feature, allowing for a generous contribution. Your support, regardless of its magnitude, plays a vital role in the ongoing dissemination of such profound messages. Regardless of your decision to contribute, I wish to convey my heartfelt appreciation for your presence in this sacred community. Your essence, your encouragement, and your involvement are what sustain this endeavor. Furthermore, remember to express your appreciation for this video. If it touched your spirit, join our community for more inspiring messages and spread this video to those who may benefit from its wisdom. Your engagement through likes, shares, and comments amplifies our ability to spread the profound message of divine love and purpose to a wider audience. We are united in this journey, moving forward in His radiance, and your voice holds equal significance to all others. I invite you to share your thoughts below and reveal how this message has touched your spirit. Offer your reflections, your journeys, or your petitions for guidance. We gather in sacred unity to offer our prayers alongside you, and at last, may the blessings from above continue to abound in your life as you journey confidently in the purpose that has been bestowed upon you. He stands poised, anticipating your decisive move. Stay blessed, hold on to your faith, and know that the divine presence is ever by your side, leading you through each moment of your journey.